What is up, all my gaming friendulums? What if I told you that the next Resident Evil movie could actually be funny, but not, oops, that CGI dog looks kind of weird funny, Mila Jovovich roundhouse kicking the lore in the face funny, but intentionally comedic? I'm a little confused too.
I really don't give a damn.
From a recent report, a star from the Resident Evil franchise just revealed the upcoming Resident Evil reboot, directed by Zach Cregger, is going to be comedic and crazy, which is not a phrase usually associated with a franchise famous for biological warfare, body horror, and doors that take 5 seconds to open, while zombies politely wait. Before I get any deeper into this new report about the Resident Evil reboot, don't forget to take a moment to like and subscribe. It really helps a brother out and it goes a long way. Now grab that typewriter ribbon and let's get into this.
No way, Leon.
Way.
Now if you're thinking, isn't Zach Cregger that guy who traumatized me with the Barbarian, who tripped everybody out last year with his interesting and unique horror movie, Weapons? This doesn't mean Resident Evil, the sitcom. No laugh track, no zombies slipping on banana peels. It sounds more like dark humor, uncomfortable laughs, the kind of comedy where you laugh and then immediately regret it, which honestly is kind of how the game works. In a recent interview with Screen Rant, True Detective Night Country and the star of the new film Mercy, Reis, hinted the kind of tone we can expect when Raccoon City goes under new management. As it turns out, while absolute terror will be top priority, Cregger will also have some laughs lined up to lighten the mood. I will say, for the Resident Evil fans, especially people who are gamers, his crack at an origin story version of this is amazing. I think your guys are going to be blown away by his imagination, his ideas, and this kind of comedic journey through his crazy, wild Resident Evil story. I think gamers will be pleasantly surprised. Reis is part of the star-studded cast that's being put together for the new film, which also includes Weapons reunion from Austin Abrams, as well as Paul Walter Hauser and Zach Cregger. Largely lines up with Cregger's previous discussion of how he would be approaching the reboot, aiming for an original story set in the world of the games rather than any of its well-known characters. Having even name-dropped Leon as being one of those stories already exists in the various games, the writer-director is instead taking inspiration from the 2nd through 4th installments. 2 and 4 are the best, I say. It would be the first time that an RE adaptation looked more like an original story rather than going more direct. The Mila Jovovich-led films notably became more and more deviated from the games, with each installment particularly in killing off such characters as Leon and Burton, while a short-lived and truly awful Netflix series borrowed from the games for its backstory, while branching off in a truly awful different direction entirely. Did I mention the RE show on Netflix is truly awful?
You're so optimistic.
2021's Welcome to Raccoon City is considered the only adaptation directly faithful to the stories, but merged the stories of the first games into one. However, even while critics and some audiences better appreciated the faithful approach, the reboot still saw mixed reviews and an underwhelming box office performance, leading to its and the eventual development of Cregger's. Because Resident Evil is already unintentionally hilarious, you're telling me I can survive being bitten by a zombie, but not trip over a houseplant. I can carry a rocket launcher, but I need to drop it to pick up a single herb.
Where's everyone going? Bingo?
Could this actually work? The franchise has tried everything: an action blockbuster, a faithful reboot, speedrunning the plot like it's Resident Evil 2 on YouTube. Maybe leaning into the weirdness is the move. Cregger treats Resident Evil like a horror story that knows how ridiculous it is. We might finally get a movie that feels like tense, gross, and scary, but also makes you go, why is this man unlocking doors with chess pieces?
Wait a second. What just happened?
There are some concerns from the fans, of course, and then there is a very thin line between darkly comedic horror and Marvel humor during a zombie outbreak. If Leon cracks jokes, Raccoon City is burning, we riot. Silently, like zombies.
Rain or shine, you're going down.
Reis also said in a other interview with Collider Zach knows exactly what he wants, and he has a clear vision. He's very clear on what he wants from the cameras, from the actors, from the atmosphere, from everything. He's a pleasure to work with. She also said fans are going to be very pleased. As a day one lover of games, she said, I will say, being an RE fan and being a gamer since the first one, he took a crack at another origin story, and I obviously haven't seen it, but I've been involved with it. The script is amazing. You're going to be very pleased.
What the hell is this place anyway?
What are all the friendly, always positive fans over in Reddit saying about this? He sold me on Barbarian. I don't even care that it's an RE movie. I'll watch anything directs. Pumpers like to plump. Pumpers like the pump says weapons was incredible too, which I disagree with. Bulbasauric, does it mean it'll have anything to do with the games? Nope. I'll still watch it, wish it well, and all that. It's just funny to me how they can't seem to make an RE movie actually based on the games. I personally have never played the games and never seen the films. The sole reason I will watch the new film is Zach's direct. The man sold me on weapons. In all honesty, I don't think this will be very good. I love Barbarian and weapons, but based on what I've seen, some leaks from set, and what Cregger has said himself, it's yet another Resident Evil movie that deviates from the source material to such a degree that it'll be Resident Evil in name only. The zombies in Resident Evil don't run. They were running in a leak video I saw, and no, the Ganados from RE4 are not zombies. Before anyone tries to use this as an example, they're infected with mind control parasites, not zombies by the T-virus. Can't judge until I see it, but I don't have high hopes. With that being said, some fans might not be too pleased with the leaks that's already come out from the filming. Video that got released shows zombies running. In the games, they don't run. For people in there that run, but they're not zombies, they're actually just mind control.
When we get out of here, drinks are on me.
Yeah, hey, I know a good bar.
Resident Evil is going comedic and crazy. Sounds kind of wild, but coming from the guy who made Barbarian and Weapons, I'm cautiously optimistic. Worst case scenario, another weird Resident Evil movie joins the pile. Best case scenario, Resident Evil finally gets the reboot it deserves and understands the assignment. It's scary, gross, just a little unhinged. But let me know what all my gaming friendulums think in the comments. Should Resident Evil embrace the chaos or stick to straight up horror? So save your ammo, combine your herbs, and never trust a door that takes 3 hours to open. Keep gaming, TGAN out.